So much ground to cover for Donald Trump's first congressional address tonight. And joining us now to discuss some of those topics is political analyst Brian Sobel. Brian, thank you so much for being here with us.
Always happy to be here.
So let's talk about it. What are you thinking is going to happen tonight with the reception of this speech?
Well, it's going to be interesting because typically you have a strong Republican or a strong Democratic president, and that party is up and cheering and making a lot of noise for the policies, the statements, that sort of thing. But remember, Donald Trump came in more as a populist, and he's had his disagreements with the Republican Party. Mm-hmm. If he doesn't say what even Republicans want to hear, you may have some Republicans kind of sitting on their hands tonight. I think the whole nation's going to be very interested in this speech. It's typically what we would call the State of the Union speech, but it's presumed that the first speech by an incoming president is just more of a greet, because it is not presumed they know the State of the Union yet. So this is going to be very interesting to see what dynamics are in the Congress tonight, or with the Congress tonight.
Absolutely, and I just saw a survey today and some sort of poll that basically said that Republicans have more trust in Donald Trump than they have in Congress. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight in terms of that.
We're seeing some fairly wild polling on all sides of things. I think it speaks to people having an unease about what's going on, whether they like Donald Trump or not. They're just not sure about the politics these days.
And speaking of feeling uneasy, let's get right into the immigration policy. Mm-hmm. It's been highly contested. It's obviously been a major topic of Donald Trump's entire presidency and his campaign. And one of the things that we're learning, a revelation some might call, is that there could be a compromise on the horizon that would allow people who are here illegally to remain in the country under certain circumstances. Can you talk to us about that?
Absolutely. For many, many years there have been both programs and programs in design that would allow people to work, be registered, as it were, have a green card, pay taxes, perhaps go home. But anyway, people would know who they are, where they are, essentially, which solves the security issue. And guess what? Taxes would be paid on, by those folks, and health care dollars would emerge from them as well, perhaps because they'd be part of health care programs, all that sort of thing. So those programs have been out there. Why there's going to be a compromise is there has to be a compromise.
Right.
These are incredibly complex problems, as Donald Trump acknowledged, and it's time for Democrats and Republicans to get in the room, as they typically do, and talk these things out.
And I think the fact that he's open to a compromise and open to the discussion to see, let's explore other avenues that might work for everybody is a great thing.
Oh, it is. I think you want a president, it doesn't matter which party they belong to reach across the aisle. That's the American way, and to get ideas from the other side of the aisle. It's not a one-way street.
I think a lot of people will definitely be looking for some, dialogue about this possible compromise, maybe some discussions or plans from President Trump tonight. So we'll have to see what happens.
Well, when you're watching the speech tonight, watch the reaction of the people in the audience in the Capitol, and listen for the tone. Tenor and tone of the president. That's important. It's either a compromising tone, or he's going to come out and deliver a speech that some people aren't going to be happy with.
All right. Thanks so much, Brian,
for
being
here.
Appreciate it.